Last summer, I watched my garden. My pride and joy nearly burned to a crisp in the heat. Record-breaking heat waves are turning thriving gardens everywhere into barren wastelands. Plants that survived for years suddenly wilt and die in just days. But I discovered 7 proven methods that saved my garden and made it more resilient than ever. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete system that protects your plants even in extreme temperatures. Have you watched helplessly as heat destroyed your garden? These methods will change everything. Welcome to Golden Seniors Living, where we make gardening simple and successful for everyone. Before we dive into these life-saving techniques, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We publish new gardening videos every day with proven methods that help you create the garden of your dreams with less effort and better results. Today we're covering 7 methods that work together to create complete heat protection. You'll discover the emergency shade technique that sets up in 30 minutes, a watering secret that uses half the water, and one mulching trick that drops soil temperature by 25 degrees. We'll also explore plants that actually love extreme heat, a timing technique that changes everything, one soil method that creates natural resilience, and the recovery secret that brings apparently dead plants back to life. One of these methods will shock you. It's not what most gardeners expect. Which do you think it is? Drop your guess in the comments below. Method number 1 is mulching, but not the way most people do it. When done correctly, this technique can drop soil temperature by 20 to 25 degrees and cut watering needs in half. Mulch acts like a protective blanket for your soil, keeping it cool and moist even during the hottest days. The key is choosing the right type and applying it properly. Organic mulches like straw, grass clippings without seeds, shredded leaves, or wood chips provide the best cooling effect. Here's the critical part most gardeners get wrong. Depth matters enormously. Apply mulch 3 to 4 inches deep around plants, but keep it 2 to 3 inches away from plant stems to prevent rot. Too thin and you won't get temperature control. Too thick and water can't reach plant roots. The secret that changes everything. Refresh your mulch mid-season. Heat breaks down organic matter faster, so what starts as 4 inches in spring might be only 2 inches by midsummer. Adding fresh mulch in July maintains protection when you need it most. Color makes a huge difference for heat reflection. Light-colored mulches like straw reflect more heat than dark mulches like bark chips. For vegetable gardens during heat waves, straw is often the best choice. Don't pack mulch down. Keep it loose and fluffy to allow air circulation and water penetration. Packed mulch actually sheds water instead of letting it soak through to plant roots. Watch this temperature difference. Unmulched soil in direct sun reaches 100 degrees or more, while properly mulched soil stays around 75 to 80 degrees. This 25-degree difference in the root zone often determines plant survival. The investment in quality mulch pays for itself through reduced watering, healthier plants, and better harvests. Plus, as organic mulch breaks down, it continuously improves your soil. Have you tried mulching in your garden? What materials work best for you? Share your mulching experiences in the comments. Method 2 revolutionizes how you water during extreme heat, and most gardeners are doing this completely wrong in ways that actually harm their plants. Here's the biggest myth we need to destroy. Watering in the morning is not always best during heat waves. The optimal watering time during extreme heat is actually late evening between 6 and 8 p.m. This gives plants maximum hours to absorb water before facing the next day's heat stress. Deep watering becomes absolutely critical during heat stress. Instead of frequent shallow watering that keeps roots near the surface, water deeply but less frequently. This encourages roots to grow deeper into cooler, moister soil layers. Here's the exact technique. Water slowly at the base of each plant, counting to 15 for small plants and 30 for larger ones. This ensures water penetrates deep into the root zone rather than running off the surface. Never spray water on leaves during heat waves. Water droplets act like tiny magnifying glasses, focusing sunlight and actually burning the leaves. Always direct water at soil level, never at foliage. Use the finger test to know exactly when to water. Push your finger 2 inches deep into soil near the plant's base. If it's dry at that depth, it's time for deep watering. If there's moisture, wait another day. Water temperature matters more than people realize. Use lukewarm water, never cold water on heat-stressed plants. Cold water shocks roots and slows recovery. Let your hose run briefly to clear hot water, then let it adjust to ambient temperature. Soaker hoses and drip irrigation are game changers for heat protection. They deliver water slowly and consistently exactly where plants need it, without waste. This method reduces water usage by 30 to 40% while dramatically improving plant health and heat tolerance. Your plants will be stronger, your water bill lower, and your garden more resilient. What's your biggest watering challenge during hot weather? Are you dealing with water restrictions or timing issues? Let us know in the comments. Method 3 is the emergency shade system, and this single technique can save your entire garden during unexpected heat waves. But there's a specific approach that's far more effective than what most gardeners do. The key principle is creating graduated protection rather than complete darkness. Plants need light to survive and recover, so we're filtering harsh rays while maintaining essential photosynthesis. The most effective setup uses 40% shade cloth positioned 18 to 24 inches above plants, never touching the foliage. This air gap is crucial for two reasons. It allows proper air circulation that prevents fungal problems, and creates a cooling effect as hot air rises and cooler air flows underneath. Think covered porch versus tent. The porch stays cooler because air moves freely. For quick installation, use lightweight PVC pipe to create hoops over raised beds or garden rows. For individual plants, tall stakes driven into the ground work perfectly. The entire system costs under $40 and takes about 25 minutes to set up. Here's the timing secret. Deploy shade protection when temperatures are forecast to exceed 90 degrees for more than 2 consecutive days. Don't wait until plants show stress. Prevention beats treatment every time. The temperature difference is remarkable. Direct sun areas reach 110 degrees, while properly shaded areas stay around 85 degrees. That 25-degree difference means survival versus death for your plants. Position shade to block the most intense sun from noon to 4 p.m., but allow morning and evening light through. This maintains plants' natural rhythm while protecting during peak stress hours. Shade cloth is reusable year after year and stores easily. It's an investment that protects your garden investment. Have you used shade cloth before? What was your experience? Share your shade success stories in the comments. Method 4 might surprise you. Strategically choosing plants that actually love extreme heat can anchor your garden and provide protection for sensitive plants during the worst weather. Mediterranean herbs are your first line of defense. Rosemary, thyme, oregano, and sage don't just tolerate extreme heat. They develop stronger flavors and more aromatic oils in hot, dry conditions. These handle temperatures that kill most vegetables. For vegetables, focus on true heat champions. Okra actually stops producing if temperatures drop below 70 degrees. It loves heat. Armenian cucumber produces better in extreme heat than regular cucumbers. All hot pepper varieties thrive in conditions that stress other plants. Eggplant is an underestimated heat lover. While tomatoes struggle in extreme heat, eggplants keep producing beautiful fruit even when temperatures soar above 100 degrees. Cherry tomatoes handle heat better than large slicing varieties. Heat-loving flowers include zinnias, which bloom more profusely in hot weather, portulaca that opens brilliant flowers only in full sun, and marigolds that become more fragrant and pest-resistant during hot spells. Native plants are your secret weapon. Plants that evolved in your local climate have natural adaptations for your area's temperature extremes. Research native species for your region and incorporate them into your design.
Succulents offer endless possibilities beyond obvious choices like aloe. Consider heat-loving sedums, which produce beautiful flowers and require almost no care once established. Strategic placement of heat-loving plants creates microclimates that protect sensitive species. Use taller, heat-tolerant plants to cast shade on smaller, delicate ones. This creates natural protection without artificial structures. Create a backbone of heat-resistant plants that provide structure and beauty even during extreme weather. Then tuck sensitive plants into protected spaces they create. The timing of planting heat lovers matters. Wait until soil temperatures consistently reach 65 to 70 degrees. Cold soil damages these plants more than extreme heat damages cool season crops. Which heat-loving plants have surprised you with their resilience? Share your discoveries in the comments. Method 5 focuses on building soil that naturally resists heat stress. Healthy soil is the foundation of heat tolerance, and the right improvements make your entire garden more resilient. Organic matter is your most powerful heat protection tool. Compost, aged manure, or leaf mold mixed into soil can double its water-holding capacity. Well-amended soil acts like a sponge, storing moisture during cooler periods and releasing it slowly during heat stress. The soil structure created by organic matter provides natural insulation. Loose, well-amended soil stays cooler than compact clay soil because air pockets provide insulation and water moves freely to plant roots. Here's a simple test for soil heat resilience. The jar test. Fill a clear jar 1/3 with your garden soil. Add water until 2/3 full. Shake vigorously and let settle. Good soil shows distinct layers of sand, silt, and clay with organic matter floating on top. Soil temperature monitoring gives precise information about root zone conditions. A simple soil thermometer pushed 4 inches deep tells you exactly what plant roots experience. When soil temperature exceeds 85 degrees, roots struggle to absorb nutrients and water effectively. Work organic matter into the top 8 to 12 inches where most plant roots are active. Shallow improvement only helps surface roots, while deeper improvement supports the entire root system. Raised beds and mounded planting areas allow precise soil composition control. Improved drainage prevents root rot during hot, humid periods, while custom soil mix provides better heat tolerance. The pH of your soil affects heat tolerance by controlling nutrient availability. Most vegetables and flowers prefer slightly acidic to neutral soil, around 6.0 to 7.0 pH. Extreme pH levels stress plants and reduce heat tolerance.
Beneficial soil organisms like earthworms and beneficial bacteria improve soil structure and help plants access nutrients during stress. Avoid chemical fertilizers and pesticides that harm these helpful organisms. The investment in soil improvement pays dividends for years. Every season your soil gets better as organic matter breaks down and soil life increases. Plants in healthy soil are naturally more resistant to all stress, including extreme heat. What's your experience with soil improvement? Have you noticed differences in plant performance between amended and unamended soil? Share your soil stories in the comments. Method 6 uses windbreaks to stop hot, drying winds that can devastate plants even faster than direct heat. This often overlooked technique can make the difference between garden survival and total loss. Hot winds strip moisture from plants faster than they can replace it. Even with adequate soil moisture, a well-placed windbreak can reduce wind speed by 50% and create a protected microclimate for your entire garden. The most effective windbreaks are about 50% permeable. They slow wind rather than completely blocking it. Solid barriers create turbulence that can be more damaging than the original wind. Think privacy fence with gaps rather than solid wall. For temporary protection during heat waves, burlap screens work excellently. Set up 4 to 6 feet away from plants you want to protect, on the side where hot winds typically come from. This creates a calm zone behind the barrier. Portable windbreaks give you flexibility to protect different areas as weather patterns change. Use lightweight panels that can be moved easily and stored when not needed. Living windbreaks provide year-round protection and add beauty to your garden. Plant heat-tolerant shrubs or trees in a row to create natural wind protection. This is a long-term investment that pays dividends for decades. The height and placement of windbreaks determine their effectiveness. A 6-foot windbreak protects plants for about 60 feet downwind. Position them perpendicular to prevailing hot winds for maximum effect. Multiple shorter windbreaks often work better than one tall barrier. Create a series of 3 to 4 foot barriers that progressively slow wind speed as it moves through your garden. Even small windbreaks help container plants in raised beds. A simple panel behind a group of containers can significantly reduce heat stress. Windbreaks also trap humidity released by plants, creating a more favorable microclimate. This effect is especially valuable during hot, dry periods. The investment in windbreak materials is minimal compared to replacing heat-damaged plants. Most materials can be reused for multiple seasons. Have you noticed wind damage in your garden during heat waves? What windbreak solutions have you tried? Share your experiences in the comments. Method 7 is monitoring plant stress, and early detection allows you to intervene before damage becomes permanent. Knowing what to look for and when to act can save plants that would otherwise be lost. Check plants daily during heat waves, preferably in early morning when you can work comfortably and see stress signs clearly. Look for wilting that doesn't recover overnight, leaf edges turning brown or crispy, and leaves dropping prematurely. The finger test works for more than just watering. Gently bend a stem or branch. Healthy stems are flexible, while heat-stressed stems become brittle and may snap easily. Use a soil thermometer to monitor root zone temperatures. When soil temperature exceeds 85 degrees for extended periods, even heat-tolerant plants begin to struggle. This tells you when to deploy emergency cooling measures. Leaf color changes indicate stress levels. Healthy green leaves may develop a grayish cast under heat stress. Purple or reddish tints often indicate severe stress, while yellowing usually means the plant is shutting down non-essential functions. Watch for changes in growth patterns. Heat-stressed plants stop producing new growth and may drop flowers or young fruit to conserve energy for survival. A simple moisture meter takes guesswork out of watering decisions. These inexpensive tools tell you exactly when soil moisture drops to levels that require intervention. Set phone reminders for daily stress checks during heat waves. Consistency in monitoring allows you to catch problems early when solutions are most effective. Document stress patterns in your garden with photos. This information becomes invaluable for making decisions during future heat events and helps you identify which plants and locations are most vulnerable. Recovery signs include new growth appearing, improved leaf color, and stems regaining flexibility. Once you see these signs, you can gradually reduce intensive care and return to normal maintenance. Different plants show stress in different ways. Learn the specific stress signals of your most important plants so you can respond quickly when problems develop. The emotional aspect of monitoring is important too. Regular checks help you feel more in control during stressful weather events and build confidence in your ability to help your garden survive. Prevention is always easier than recovery, but knowing how to monitor stress gives you the information needed to make good decisions about when and how to intervene. How do you monitor plant health during hot weather? What stress signs do you watch for? Share your monitoring tips in the comments. These 7 methods work together to create a complete heat protection system that transforms how your garden handles extreme temperatures. Let's quickly recap what we've covered. Mulching properly can drop soil temperature by 25 degrees and cut watering needs in half. Deep watering in the evening encourages strong root systems that naturally resist heat. Shade cloth provides immediate relief during the worst heat, while maintaining essential light. Heat-tolerant plants create a resilient backbone for your garden and protect more sensitive species. Healthy soil acts as natural insulation and water storage. Windbreaks stop damaging hot winds that strip moisture from plants. And monitoring stress allows early intervention before damage becomes permanent. You don't need to implement everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 methods that appeal to you most, and build your heat protection system gradually. Each method makes your garden stronger and more resilient. The investment in heat protection pays for itself through healthier plants, better harvests, reduced water bills, and fewer plant replacement costs. More importantly, you'll approach gardening with confidence instead of anxiety about weather challenges. These methods work in any climate and adapt to any garden size. Whether you're growing in containers, maintaining a small suburban plot, or managing a large garden, the principles remain the same. If this video helped you understand how to protect your garden from extreme heat, please give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow gardeners who might be struggling with heat damage. Your support helps us create more detailed, practical content like this. Make sure you're subscribed to Golden Seniors Living with notifications turned on so you never miss our weekly gardening solutions. We're building a community of gardeners who support each other through every challenge and celebrate every success together. Which of these 7 methods will you try first? Are you most excited about the mulching technique, the evening watering strategy, or maybe the heat-loving plants? Drop your choice in the comments below. We read every single one and love hearing from you. What's your biggest heat protection challenge? Are you dealing with water restrictions, limited mobility, or specific plants that seem impossible to keep alive in hot weather? Share your specific challenges in the comments, and let's problem solve together as a community. For more heat-resistant gardening tips, check out our video on drought-tolerant vegetables that actually taste better when grown in hot weather. You'll find the link in the description below. Don't forget to join our Golden Seniors Living family by subscribing. We publish new videos every week with practical solutions that make gardening easier, more successful, and more enjoyable regardless of your age or experience level. Next week, we're diving deep into the surprising vegetables that actually improve in flavor when grown in extreme heat, plus the simple techniques that make them thrive when others fail. You'll discover varieties you never knew existed, and methods that will completely change how you think about hot weather gardening. We'll explore heat-loving tomato varieties that produce better fruit in 100-degree weather, peppers that develop more complex flavors under heat stress, and leafy greens that stay sweet and tender even in scorching temperatures. You'll also learn the timing secrets for succession planting that gives you fresh harvests all summer long, even during the worst heat waves. This information could revolutionize your summer gardening success. If you really want this heat-loving vegetable guide delivered next week, drop a comment below saying yes so I know you're excited for it. Thank you for spending this time with Golden Seniors Living. Remember, every gardening challenge is just an opportunity to learn something new and grow stronger. The methods we've covered today will serve you well for many seasons to come. Keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep enjoying the incredible journey of gardening. Your plants are counting on you, and with these 7 heat protection methods, you're ready for whatever weather comes your way. Until next week, this is Golden Seniors Living, and we'll see you in the garden.